Hi everybody, welcome to Mrs. Hughley's first online math lesson. Today we're doing Module 3, Lesson 3, and our objective is to add fractions that have unlike denominators by using some kind of strategy for finding equivalent fractions. So, since this is the first time you all have done this, I would like you to make sure that you have a whiteboard or a piece of paper handy, and I would like you to work along with me as I do the lesson. If there's something that you don't understand, you can pause it and go back and watch it over again. And do your best to, when we come to the questions, to show me what you know and what you don't know. Don't ask your parents because I'm going to put you into groups tomorrow according to whether or not you get those questions right. So you are showing me whether or not you need some more instruction tomorrow or whether you're ready to carry on your own. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is learn a strategy to add 1/2 and 1/4. And we're going to use a strategy that involves an area model. So we're going to draw a hole and label it, and we're going to cut that hole in half. We're going to label the half, and we're also going to shade it. And to that half we want to add a 1/4. So our next hole will be divided into 4 equal parts, and we're going to shade one of those parts and label it 1/4. Now we can't add 1/2 and 1/4 because they are different. We're using different units or different denominators. Our pieces are different sizes. So what we have to do is make the units the same. In other words, make the denominators the same. And what we're going to, the method we're going to use to do that is we're going to take this horizontal line that we made on the 1/2, and we're going to make one next door at the 1/4. And then the 1/4, we've got 3 vertical lines. We're going to make those over here on the left in our 1/2. And so what we have now is the same units. Both of our holes now are divided up into 8 pieces. So our new denominator for both fractions is 8. And in the area model that shows 1/2, we have 4 8s shaded in. And in the area model that shows 1/4, we now have 2 of the 8s shaded in. Now that we have the same units in both of our models, we can add them together. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2 more is going to equal 6 8s total. Now those of you who are ready for this can go ahead and reduce this to simplest form. It is not in simplest form right now, but at this point I'm not worried about simplest form. So if you can show me that you can change the denominator so they are the same and add them together and get a fraction that names the total, I'm very happy. Okay, we're going to do it again, and this time we're going to be adding 1/3 plus 1/2. So we're going to draw 2 area models. Make sure that we label them as holes. 1 hole for each square. And to get a third, we're going to draw 2 horizontal lines, color in one of the parts. So we have 1 out of 3 parts colored. And for 1/2, We're going to draw a vertical line, and we're going to shade in one part, so now we have 1 out of 2 parts shaded, or 1/2. We're going to repeat the process that we did last time. We're going to move those 3 horizontal lines from the left onto the area model on the right, and the 1 vertical line from the area model on the right onto the one on the left. And now we have 6 equal parts in each area model. The 1/3 is now, we have 2 out of the 6 parts shaded in, and the other area model on the right, we have 3 out of the 6 parts shaded in. So our new equation is going to be 2/6 plus 3/6 equals 2 plus 3 is 5, and our unit is sixths. And we're going to go back and count each one to make sure we've got 5 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 6 total. Okay, now we are going to add 2/5 and 2/3. We're going to make an area model, make sure that we label it as one whole. We're going to draw 4 lines to divide it into 5 equal parts, and we will shade in 2 of the parts. And we'll also make an area model for 2/3. This time we're going to draw 2 lines to break it into 3 equal parts, and we'll shade in 2 of the parts to show 2/3. One thing that I would like you to notice is that even though we have 2 parts shaded in of each model, 2/3 is actually much larger than 2/5. Since there are fewer parts, each part is going to be larger. We're going to use our same method of transferring these 4 horizontal lines to our right area model, and we'll transfer 3 vertical lines to the left area model, and that means that now we have 15, 3 across the bottom and 5 down the side. 3 times 5 is 15 equal parts. And if we look at 2/5, we can count and see that we have 6 parts shaded in. So 2/5 equals 6/15. And if we look to the right at 2/3, we see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 equal parts shaded in. So that's 10/15. And we add 6/15 plus 10/15, and we're actually going to have 16/15. So if you look at the area model on the right, if we actually moved those 6 shaded parts over to this area model, I'm going to attempt to shade in 6 more parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only have room for 5. I'm going to cross out the ones that I've shaded in. I still have 1 left over. So what that means is now I have 1 whole area model shaded in, and I've got 1/15 that's still left over. Okay, if you feel like you need a little bit of review of fourth grade material because you've forgotten something important from last year, then you can log on to your iExcel account, go to the fourth grade lessons, and if you click on P4 and P8, those lessons are about finding equivalent fractions, and that might help you understand the lesson better. You might want to do that and then go back and go through this lesson one more time before you come to school tomorrow. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see you in class. Bye.